30 Nelson Mandela Motivational Quotes and Life Lessons to Youth. Nelson Mandela's reflections on leadership emphasize the importance of unity and humility in achieving collective goals. He asserts, "No single person can liberate a country. You can only liberate a country if you act as a collective." This highlights his belief in the power of teamwork and shared responsibility, a principle that guided his efforts during the anti-apartheid struggle. Dive into the words of legends, click subscribe, and stay inspired. Additionally, Mandela's advice to lead from the back and let others believe they are in front reveals his understanding of empowering others to feel ownership of their actions, fostering greater commitment and collaboration. True leadership, he suggests, involves humility and the ability to inspire rather than command. Mandela's emphasis on peace is a cornerstone of his philosophy. Peace is the greatest weapon for development that any person can have, he states, underlining the idea that sustainable progress is rooted in harmony rather than conflict. His warning, "When the water starts boiling, it is foolish to turn off the heat," serves as a metaphor for perseverance during challenging times, urging us not to abandon our efforts prematurely. Furthermore, his declaration, "Only free men can negotiate. Prisoners cannot enter into contracts," reinforces the principle that true dialogue and reconciliation require both parties to engage as equals, free from oppression. Education was a recurring theme in Mandela's advocacy. He famously stated, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world," demonstrating his conviction that knowledge is a transformative force. For Mandela, education was not merely about individual success, but a pathway to societal progress. He also noted, "No country can really develop unless its citizens are educated," a reminder of the critical role education plays in lifting communities out of poverty and enabling meaningful participation in governance and economic development. Mandela's message about hopes and fears is a call to courage and self-belief. Where you stand depends on where you sit. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears, encapsulates the importance of optimism in decision-making. It is through hope, not fear, that individuals can achieve transformative change. He also inspires us to embrace our potential. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. This highlights the ripple effect of personal empowerment in inspiring others. Forgiveness was central to Mandela's philosophy of reconciliation. "Courageous people do not fear forgiving for the sake of peace," he observed, emphasizing the strength required to let go of past grievances for the greater good. His analogy, "Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies," starkly illustrates the self-destructive nature of harboring grudges. He also believed resilience defined true success. "Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again." This perspective prioritizes perseverance over outcomes. Mandela's life was a testament to his belief in justice. "Overcoming poverty is not a task of charity. It is an act of justice," he declared, framing the fight against inequality as a moral imperative rather than an act of benevolence. He also emphasized personal transformation as a precursor to societal change. "You can never have an impact on society if you have not changed yourself." This serves as a reminder that integrity begins with self-reflection and growth. Mandela's personal journey is rich with lessons. "In my country, we go to prison first and then become president," he remarked, humorously reflecting on his transformation from political prisoner to leader. This underscores his resilience and ability to turn adversity into opportunity. His insight, "When I was negotiating, I learned that until I changed myself, I could not change others," reveals his understanding that effective leadership begins with self-awareness and adaptability. Mandela's perspective on ambition is encapsulated in his statement, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living." He challenges individuals to aim high and pursue their full potential. His nuanced view of courage is evident in, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear but the triumph over it." Mandela redefines bravery as not the lack of fear, but the ability to overcome it. For Mandela, freedom was both a personal and collective goal. To be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others, he argued, highlighting the interconnectedness of individual and societal liberty. He also linked justice to humanity itself. To deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. Mandela's reflections on life reveal a commitment to authenticity and resilience. Live life as though nobody is watching, and express yourself as though everyone is listening, he advised, encouraging self-expression and integrity. He also warned against complacency with his famous assertion, "It always seems impossible until it's done." Mandela's care for the future was evident in his advocacy for children. "We owe our children, the most vulnerable citizens in any society, a life free from violence and fear," he declared. For Mandela, protecting children was a measure of a society's moral health. He further stated, "There can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children." Mandela's legacy is deeply rooted in hope and ambition. Sometimes it falls upon a generation to be great. You can be that generation, he urged, calling for collective action and responsibility. His belief in aiming high is encapsulated in, "It is not where you start, but how high you aim that matters for success." Mandela understood the importance of cultural understanding. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. This highlights the power of empathy and connection. He also stressed the importance of communication and bridging divides. Without language, one cannot talk to people and understand them, share their hopes and aspirations, grasp their history, appreciate their poetry, or savor their songs.